Sean Monahan had 2 identical offers. One from the team he signed with, the Columbus Blue Jackets, and another from the team he just left, the Winnipeg Jets.
Wow.
Both came in at 5 years, $27.5 million, and that's what he signed for in Columbus.
Who had that?
Reuniting him, Pierre LeBrun, reuniting him with Johnny Gaudreau. So this video is brought to you by 888 Canada. If you check out 888 Sport, you can all summer you can bet on things like the MLB. The NFL is only 8 weeks away.
Bet on the Jays to lose.
Yeah,
free money.
Free money.
Just collect those winnings.
What's the worst outcome? Use that one.
Yeah, the Jays are gonna do it.
I hope they go on a run and you lose.
Yeah,
You're hoping for a long time.
Yeah, I hope a lot of stuff, man. I'm hoping a lot of stuff. And hey, Columbus is hoping that a resurgent Sean Monahan reunites with Johnny Gaudreau and finds some magic. Patrick Laine is said to be going out of town, but Monahan and Gaudreau had many, many good years together in Calgary. It's great to see, after all these injuries, Monahan come back into the fore, and a centerman who's a high-end 3C, low-end 2C. Given that Chandler Stevenson was $7.5 million, $5.5 seems right in line.
I don't know about you guys, but to me, this is one of the more intriguing moves of the day, because just hearing that Monahan and Gaudreau back together, and that Columbus actually has a center now that's going to be decent and play, and they have so many young centers that are along the way, this team might take a step finally.
Well, I mean, you're looking at it strategically. You're looking at it like they have these young guys and it makes sense to. I'm looking at it like, gosh, isn't that going to improve the mood?
Oh, yeah.
The mood has got to be miserable in Columbus after their last couple of years. You think Johnny Gaudreau is like, I made a great choice. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think this probably lifts his spirits a little bit. If Monahan, if this is his new normal, if he's just better now and over all of his injuries, great signing. Very good signing. However, if he gets injured again, if the issues resurface, this is the rock of triumph. It's gonna tie them to the ocean floor for the better part of a decade.
26 goals, 59 points last year.
Yeah, you're
He was
worried
incredible.
about the 22-23 season that he spent with Montreal. That was like a slog.
When he played 25 games. Still had 17 points, though.
But he couldn't stay healthy.
Well, I'm talking more about the Flames being like, here, we're going to tie a first rounder to you and fire that rocket to Montreal. And he was liked in Montreal.
Oh, yeah.
He was liked in Montreal. He did well in Montreal to the point where they were able to get another first round pick for him.
Yeah.
It's one of the craziest heists, just found money, $100 bill in an old coat moves that we've seen in recent memory from the Montreal Canadiens. Of course it happened to the Montreal Canadiens. I just, I obviously want one team to win the Stanley Cup. That's the Leafs. What's wrong with cheering for something to finally go Columbus's way?
Oh, well, listen, Don Waddell.
Dude, it's sad.
I think it is, though. I think the fact that they went out and got Don Waddell tells you that they're ready for change.
Yeah.
After 10 years in purgatory with Kekalainen and Davidson, and from what I understand, Davidson's taken a huge step back from day-to-day responsibilities anyway.
Yeah.
So this is a completely new Columbus Blue Jackets that we're seeing, and I wonder if to get him there, it would take a guy like Don Waddell to go, listen, look at what I put together in Carolina. Look at what I can do for you. You just wait. You come here, you feed Johnny Gaudreau. Johnny Gaudreau feeds you. We'll get you some goals. We got young players like Ken Johnson, like David Juracek. Who else did they draft? It was Caden Lindstrom.
They have Adam Fantilli, they got Caden Lindstrom.
They have Igor Chinnikov.
Yeah. There's future there.
Yeah.
Voronkov to a lesser degree, maybe.
Yeah. So there's a lot.
You mentioned Marchenko.
And I think
no, I didn't.
There you go.
Marchenko, who scores a bazillion goals. I look at this Columbus team and I go, okay, there was always talent here, but this gives you the opportunity to maybe move Boone Jenner to the third line center. You have Fantilli at 2. You have Monahan at 1, and then you kind of move people around in and there.
They have pieces, and it's just a matter of can it come together and mesh like a good hockey team can. And I'm just curious about who their head coach is going to be, because they're still head coachless. And it's like, okay, you bring in that vet, because I don't think you can go just on an inexperienced head coach again, like Pascal Vincent last year, because it didn't go well. So who's going to be the head coach for this new team here?
Let's talk a little bit. Oh my God. Let's talk a little bit about the room to grow in Columbus
There's a lot.
and how Sean Monahan can help them. Kirill Marchenko led the Blue Jackets in goals. How many goals did he have?
I know this answer.
19?
23.
23.
How many players did they have reach 20 goals?
He's probably
2.
him.
2.
Yeah.
Who's the
Boone
other guy?
Jenner had 22.
Oh, Boone Jenner. All-star Boone Jenner to you, sir.
Yeah.
Johnny Gaudreau had 12 goals. He had 60 points, though, because he had 48 assists.
Because that's what he does.
I'd love to know how he got those 48 assists on account of no one scored goals. You need goals to get assists. How the hell did he pull that off? Zach Werenski, too, by the way, had, where was the number? 46! How the hell did you pull that off?
But like
Sean Monahan will be a welcome addition.
Fantilli this year is going to be a 20-goal scorer. Like, I think that's in his cards.
That's a fair bet.
He had 12 and 49 last year. In his year at Michigan, I think it was 30 and 36. If I remember Hockey DB correctly. Like, this guy's, he scored goals. He's going to do it at the NHL level eventually. And next year could be the year if they're looking to bolster the forward group with the Monahan addition, get everybody there, and just another year older. Columbus could be good. It's a possibility that I don't think they're in the playoffs necessarily.
But they're not depressing.
We're a complete tank shit show.
Yeah.
Is an improvement.
Yes.
Yeah, but they also, I think it's worth mentioning, they didn't mean to be as bad as they were.
Oh, yeah.
Like-
They had talent on the roster. Like, look at their top 4 on defense. Werenski, Severson, Provorov, Juracek. Don't mind that.
Nope. Did you said Werenski?
Yeah.
In there? Yeah, like, dude, it's the way they started their season onward.
Babcock, Ken Johnson showing up out of shape, management not knowing what to do with Juracek. Are you a Cleveland Monster? No, you're a Columbus Blue Jacket. Sorry, you're a Cleveland Monster. And Fantilli having his phone looked through.
Yeah. Of course, Lincoln's also sucked. Like, you need goaltending to be good.
Yeah.
You can't have Lincoln's like not being able to, what was the line Waddell had when he requested
Well, no one's
trade?
trading for that contract.
Yeah.
So I guess
he wasn't good.
So I guess my question is, does any of this mean anything if they don't improve in net?
That is a very good point.
They had 5 guys play in net for them last year. They had Elvis Merzlikins, who in 41 games was an .897.
Just bad.
Fart. Daniil Tarasov in 24 games was a .908. That's fine. 1 game from Malcolm Subban, .914. It's 1 game. Jet Greaves played 9 games. That dude almost reached double digits, and he was a .908. And Spencer Martin played 13 games for them and was an .887.
What's the name of the UFT goalie for the Leafs?
Jet. There was another.
It wasn't Jet Greaves, right?
No, it wasn't Jet Greaves.
By the way,
Jet Alexander.
Jet Alex, my bad.
And Jet Wu just re-signed too, actually, a couple days ago.
This
So
is the year of the Jet.
Good for you. Good weekend for people named Jet. That's for sure. So the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, for the Winnipeg Jets, this got to be a little bit tough to lose this guy and Toffoli. And we could talk a little bit more Winnipeg later, but obviously I just want to kind of say Monahan did a good job with the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah.
They got a bit of a hole to fill now.
The Jets, to me, are a bit more of a secondary market team. Like, is July 1st ever a big day for them?
Not really.
It's hard.
No,
right?
I don't know when they signed the Hellebuck and Scheifele extensions last year.
Those are extensions.
Exactly.
Those
right.
are guys
About
you already
new
had.
players.
Yeah, recruiting new players is hard for them. But they got this unfortunate situation that they could, really make lemonade out of with Rutger McGroarty. Would it be so wrong and would it be so foolish to trade Rutger McGroarty for something that could help you now?
Nick Robertson.
Yeah. No, I just don't think.
Total
it's gonna happen.
signings today by the Winnipeg Jets. Uno.
Who'd they get?
Eric Comrie.
I was back for the
I-
fourth time. Third time.
They brought him back
Yeah.
though. So there's
But like to your point, this is not their day. It's
No.
Winnipeg. They don't do this.
no, and the only guy they got is someone who had previously been there.
Yeah, it's gonna be their backup goalie. Like it's not a big deal.
I do think there's a bit of an air of like people just don't even consider Winnipeg because like the reputation around the league is just so bad, which is really unfortunate for Winnipeg. Like you should be able to look at the season they had last year and be like, yeah, I want to play there.
Oh yeah.
But people are like, no, cold. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like I spend enough time in the cold. I'm a hockey player. I want to, after the game, put some sandals on and walk on the beach.
Yeah.
And now there's too many there's too many cities where you can do that.
They're never gonna be a big July 1st team, and this year's not any different.
It will be very interesting to watch as free agency continues. Remember, these videos are brought to you by 888 Canada. That's 888 Casino and 888 Sport. Seamless integration, lots of fun to play, and of course the 888 Canada YouTube. Go subscribe to that because Steve and Jesse are all over it with Ashley talking.